Hello, I am Samuel Falcón, and today I will be responding to the answer: how does literature works as a mirror of society, history, and culture? Well, first, I think that literature serves as a mirror of society and history and culture, and because it portrays the the context in which the story was written one way or another. And this is because, well, although many literary pieces are fictional and they are not, sometimes, most of the time, well, sometimes they are not based literally, literally in in real life events, they always portray one way or another the context in which it was written. And because author cannot escape their context. Basically, people write about what they see or about what they live, or at least they are highly influenced by this. And we can see this in many cases. I think we have seen it throughout all the trimester in all the stories we have read. Sorry, but we have the case of Mice and Men that was written during the 1930s, which was the time of the Great Depression, but also of the segregation era. And we can see those events, these are historical events, and we can see it portrayed in the story. We can see, well, how people, the country was living a crisis, and people were migrating to one place to another. Well, basically, the main characters were living that, but that was going on by the time too. So we can see how it is related, the historical events and the literature, and also we can see how, uh, because of the segregation era, there was a lot of discrimination towards black people. We can see how the only black character was treated. He had to sleep apart. He lived apart from the rest. And there was also a lot of discrimination towards women. The only woman in the story didn't have a name, and that was not a mistake. It was on purpose, probably. Um, the author used that as a way to express how how women didn't have much relevance back then. And but on the other hand, we can see that too in um, the the rising of the theater of the absurd. That was after, it was born after World War II, which was a time where the whole world was a little bit pessimistic, and basically there was this movement where the people of this movement thought that life was meaningless, and that, well, the human race was that human life, sorry, was meaningless. And it is portrayed in the theater of the absurd, which is basically uh, about nonsense nonsense, sorry, because, well, that was what they wanted to portray, how meaningless life was. And finally, we can say that, well, definitely literature works as a mirror of history and society. And, well, because it portrays many aspects as I have said before. And I think that's what makes literature so beautiful, that it can be enjoyed by many people, and people can read it and have fun and can be entertained. But at the same time, it can be used to actually study historical events, because sometimes reading about the Holocaust is not enough, and reading about the thousands or millions of deaths is not enough. But if you read the literature that was written during this period of time, you can connect more with the events that happen. So that has been all. Thank you.